Was a girl running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a Super George. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
Eric tells me we have a car phone. Hello, you're on with the car guy.
Hey, George, this is Mark from Region Rides. How are you?
Oh, man, I've been dying to talk to you, Marco. Oh, man, let me just tell you, are you getting excited? Are you getting excited? The car show season's just a month away.
Yeah, looking out the window right now, I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting to go in to have dinner, and I'm looking and watching the snow come down right now in Maryville.
Oh, geez, we don't need any more, I mean, we needed a little bit because the stuff we had was dirty, but this is getting ridiculous. We don't want any more. Listen, I see Region Rides.
No. Yeah, I am definitely ready for car show season to start.
Oh, baby, I am too. I see Region Rides magazine is swarming with all kinds of cool stuff in the car shows and the cars that are going to be in them. And man, oh man, you're just booming.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of really cool events going on. This next weekend, March 7th and 8th is the indoor swap meet going on at the Porter County Fairgrounds. The R Rides Car Club, they are putting this show on. Like, this is not a small little thing. This is going to be a 2-day event. There's going to be an early bird special on Saturday for people to come on out. I believe that one's a little bit more pricey. I think it's like $10, $15, $20 or something like that if you want to get in for the early bird special. But on Sunday, it's considerably less to get in the door, to come in and check out all the stuff that everyone's been kind of storing up for the winter. All kinds of extra parts laying around and stuff. So that's going to be a really cool event. Region Rides is going to be there. I know a couple other people are going to be there. There's going to be the Indiana 105 is going to be there. They're going to be doing some specialty things. But we're going to be having all kinds of stuff. We got the magazines, we got T-shirts for sale, we got decals for sale, magnets. I mean, we're just going to be handing all kinds of stuff out. So that's going to be a really cool event. I don't know, have you been out to that one yet, George?
No, I haven't. It's be a first for me. I'm going to have to get out there and look at this over. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's at the Porter County Fairgrounds in the Expo Center. They're going to be in 2 different buildings. So it's going to be a really big show. And like I said, it's going to be, there's an early bird on Saturday, and then on Sunday, it's just regular general admittance if you want to come in. And I forget how much that one is. I think it's like a couple of bucks to get in. It's not bad.
Well, it's supposed to warm up a little bit this weekend, Mark, so it's going to be a little easier to get around.
I hope so, George.
You got to dry up some of this white stuff. It's making us crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I see you're in charge of building your own kind of fleet of cars. I've been watching you on Facebook. You're building the Pinewood Derby cars for you and the boy.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's Pinewood Derby season. We're spending a lot of time hanging out in the garage. My son Charlie, he just ranked up to Bear, so he's really enjoying Cub Scouts. But yeah, this year he was inspired by the Ford versus Ferrari, because originally he wanted to do a Lamborghini, and I was like, okay, we can do a Lamborghini. But then he saw Ford versus Ferrari and fell in love with the GT40. So now we're doing a GT40 build, which is a lot of fun.
You gotta love that all-American boy. Absolutely.
I can't fault him for that. I was like, okay, I wiped a tear from my eye and gave him a hug, and I said, okay, let's do this.
Mark, it's not gonna be long. You guys are gonna be out in the garage doing some expensive stuff. Building hot rods.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do though. He's like, he has his heart set on an early '80s Camaro. So I can't fault him for that.
Oh no, gosh no, that's a great car.
That's a good starting platform. I think they have like a 305 in them, right?
Yeah, and those were bad 305s too. You want to get that out of there right away.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we can probably find ourselves a real nice anchor, like a 454 or something, hanging out in the junkyard. We could drop that in.
Well, the 305s, those are the ones that used to flatten camshaft lobes. Bad news.
Yeah.
Bad news. Yeah, but not all of them did it, but yeah, some of them did. It might even already have been fixed. You never know. But hey, God bless them. And I think it's wonderful that you
Yeah.
guys are building that car together. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun. So we're just hoping for a good year this year. Last year we finished second, and we went on to the regionals. We did okay in the regionals. We finished mid-pack out of everybody from Porter County or LaSalle County, is where we're racing with the LaSalle County Boy Scouts.
Oh, there had to be a lot of participants. That's pretty good being in the middle of the pack. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it was about 100 boys who were out of all the packs that came, and we ended up finishing about 40th. So it wasn't too shabby. We held our own.
Absolutely, that sounds wonderful. Are you gonna have the whole family at the Porter County thing?
It'll probably just be me. Charlie might be there. I'm sure he likes to hang out and see all the cars and stuff. So we'll see if I can pry him away from the video games. I gotta do something about that.
I know all about that. Let me tell you, but it does get boring for a kid to be at those shows all day long. You know.
No, he holds his own. He does pretty good.
Oh, I know he does. I've seen him in action. He's a good kid. This show should be great. Region Rise magazine is available just about everywhere now. What is the circulation? It's got to be way up there now.
We are still printing 10,000 magazines. We print 10,000 every month, and it's spread across Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. Most of the northwest Indiana, all the counties there, some of the counties in Illinois, and some southwest Michigan. We actually were contacted. I don't know if you guys are aware that Thunder Roads of Indiana has come back, and they invited us to be a part of that. So we teamed up with Thunder Roads Indiana to kind of pull in some more of the motorcycle crowd too.
Oh,
so
really?
you're going to be seeing a lot of crossover stuff with the two of us.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll have to keep that in mind. That's great. I'm glad to hear where you're expanding your horizons there, but that magazine that's got to be a lot of work.
It's not, it's not that bad. It's kind of my wheelhouse of what I do, and it's been a lot of fun. And I have met some amazing people and made some friends that I just can't say enough about. I mean, they're just they're great people, and it's a great community to be a part of. We're part of the Cars for Charity Car Club. It's not really a club. It's more of just an organization of people who like to give back to the community and do things. And I'm sure you've had Daryl on a few times, and Val, and those are all really great guys, and I'm proud to call them my friends too.
Oh, I am too. Those are the guys that run that show for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's my favorite show.
That's right. Yes, it is. That's a great show.
I always try and have.
Hey, speaking of shows, there's also, I don't know if you saw in the magazine, we're doing. There's a car show coming up. It's another indoor car show coming up in April called the Crown Point Concourse. This show is put on by Dr. Mark Van Buskirk of Crown Point, and he's a dentist there, but he's also a car guy. We've featured Dr. Mark in the magazine a few times, but this show is something like I've never seen before. I don't know if you went to that show last year, but he had some automobiles that I had never seen. There was a either way, it was a 100-year-old Bentley that I had never heard of or seen before. It drove in, and there was also a Mercedes-Benz there that you've never seen before. And these cars these are not vehicles that you've seen ever before in a regular car show. These are the ones that only get brought out every few years.
I know. In that room, there had to be several $1 million worth of vehicles. Easily,
several $1 million worth of automobiles in that show. And now Dr. Mark has stepped it up, and he's doing a VIP night on Friday night for local dignitaries. And then what he's going to do Saturday, the show is going to be open for 12 hours. I think it's like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's going to be a live band, barbecue, all kinds of stuff going on. And the cars there they're top notch.
Oh, I know. They're outstanding. And I'll tell you what, Mark knows how to put on a good show. He's one of our sponsors here at the Car Guy Show, and he's a really good guy, and he does know how to put on a car show. That one I went to last year was fantastic.
Well, thank you, George. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dr. Mark knows how to put on a show too, and he's really stepped it up. So that's April 18th and 19th at the Lake County Fairgrounds. in Crown Point.
Maybe I can get him to call me up one of these nights and we'll have a talk about it on the show.
Absolutely, I can definitely get you guys connected. He's a really cool guy. He's real down to earth, and he will definitely be on board about probably even coming into the studio and talking to you too.
Oh, that'd be great. Sandy makes a bad cup of coffee. Tell him. You don't want to have.
I sure will. I'll let him know.
Don't try the coffee when he comes to the studio. Well, Mark, thanks for calling. I'm glad you called. I'm telling you what, Region Rise magazine is a credit to the region, and you are the editor of and the publisher of Region Rise magazine. That makes you a credit to the region also.
Well, thank you very much, George. You are too. You're our regional treasure here too.
Oh, we're having fun, buddy. We're having a ball. It gets better every week. We got to talk a few times, or a little bit, about the dashboard on your car. I wrote this up this weekend, and I've been thinking about it all week, and I think it's time to talk about it. Have you noticed anything different about your dashboard lately? Oh, I know that they're more streamlined and jet plane looking than they are. But what is actually different about it? Well, depending on the age of your vehicle, you could have up to a 40-inch screen where the radio used to be. Yeah, they got some big screens out there. Most are only 10 or 12, but some of the wilder ones have huge screens. And most are touch screens without the traditional knobs and dials or even a slider lever. This is progress, guys. Whether you like it or not, it's here. And when they break, well, let's get your wallet out. The stereo system, if you can call it that, or as the car makers like to call it, the infotainment system, is programmable by the driver to all their favorite stations and genre of music, and can be voice controlled and touchscreen controlled, or changed by some steering wheel controls. How about that? If in case, of course, you decide to keep your hands on the wheel, which would be nice, please do. Everything else you want to see or know is available on that same screen. I'm telling you, all engine data, drive data, computer data, tire pressure, even self-diagnostic routines in case of an emergency. In case, or God forbid, a crash. You don't want that to happen. The computer will receive data from various sensors and then notify the police, fire, and ambulance responders. I don't know if it will turn on something soothing music for you or not, but I'm sure that's coming. I might even recommend that. Maybe I'll get a little bonus from the car makers. This sounds like a lot of distracted driving to me, and actually it is. And we haven't even added the root of all evil, the cell phone, which is sure to have built-in hands-free even on the cheapest models now, because a lot of states are banning cell phones, talking on the cell phone or texting especially. Well, what about texting? Yeah, who knows? It is causing more and more road deaths every year. I really hope that all cell phones will be hands-free, I do, and all texting blocked when the car is in gear. If it's in any kind of gear, it should not be able to text your phone. It should be blocked. However, self-driving vehicles will allow just about anything. It wouldn't matter. If it's a self-driving vehicle, it doesn't matter whether or not you're texting because you're not driving. You're supposedly. That hasn't got here yet, though. There'll still be warning lights, only more of them, and more confusing than ever. And before I left the shop today, before I left work today, Ronnie, my manager, and I were talking. These aren't so much warning lights anymore as they are information systems. They're information lights. They're telling you, hey, the system is on, the system is off. It just tells you what's going on. Hey, you turned this off. I'll give you an example. I'm sure by now you're familiar with the old warning lights. The check engine light, which has been around since 1981. You believe that? It has. And of course, the oil message, the hot light, the brake light, and the battery light. They all been around forever. Since we own cars, you turn the key on, they all light up. 4 or 5 of them light up. These are the ones our dads taught us to respect and to react to, because if they come on other than that first time when you turn the key on, while you're driving, if they come on, not good. Now, in later years, we added the ABS, or anti-lock brake light, the traction control light, which comes on, and the maintenance required light. Of course, we all have the door ajar or tailgate ajar lights, along with the seatbelt dinger. Ugh, I hate that thing. Well, now, in their infinite wisdom, the automotive engineers have decided that we aren't confused enough. So they're alerting us to any problems in the car safety systems. These are the information lights that Ronnie and I were talking about. Ever seen the SRS light? That means supplemental restraint system malfunction. That's your seat belts. Or the airbag light. Well, we all know what that is. If you had it, we all know what that means. The car knows your mother-in-law's in the car. Don't tell her I said that. Well, there's a bunch of new safety systems on newer vehicles, and along with these systems comes some new dash light ups. Oh yeah. Last week here in my shop at Unlimited Service, we came across 2 of these lights, these new ones. Have you ever seen a LKAS light? It actually says LKAS on the dashboard. No, me neither. Not till last week. That's called Lane Keeping Assist System. This is something new on cars they're all starting to come with now. The sensor and computer system that won't let you drift out of your lane while you're driving. It will re-steer your car for you. Now, how about the ACC light? Sounds like air conditioning, right? It's not. ACC. It stands for Adaptive Cruise Control. This system measures the distance between you and the traffic ahead of you and speeds up or slows down accordingly. In other words, if you have your cruise control set on a highway and the guy in front of you is, say, 3 car lengths ahead of you, it measures that. And it stays right there. Keeps up with the car in front of you. Next thing you know, he speeds up a little bit, it speeds up a little bit. He slows down a little bit, you slow down a little bit. Yeah. Well, to maintain you want to maintain your interval, and that's the best way to do it. They don't want you, tailgate. You won't be able to tailgate anymore. Let's put it real simple. There'll be no riding on anybody's bumper, that's for sure. It will stop your car. It'll at the same interval as the car in front of you stops. These lights are on a good customer's 2019 Honda. They were on. And of course, they cause concern. He has even more concern when Ron and I told him we had no idea what they meant. But this is why they make information systems in our computer database. Seems a button on the dash labeled main had been accidentally hit and turned these safety devices off. So these lights came on. Having just had an oil change at our shop, we figured that when resetting the oil change light, our technician bumped it. Sure enough, that's all it was. Turned it back on. Thank God he came back to us, because the dealer would have charged him $150 to pull in the door and say hello. And he would have really been mad at me, because it probably was something we did. And they could have told him anything. They could have told him he had a problem with the system. It'd be something that happened. Should have been under warranty. It should have been. That what I'm getting at is the day of the home mechanic. It's over, guys. Today's cars require a computer and with information and diagnostic testing capabilities. However, common sense does still prevail. But I got to tell you, I'm telling you like it is. As this all comes to fruition and all these new safety features and all these new self-driving safety features come into cars, there's going to be more and more information that has to be processed by you, the driver.